So today's a big day. We spent 3 days getting the ceiling ready, and we're ready to hang it this morning. So wanted to tell you a few steps we've done before we've decided to actually put it in place. So one of the first things that we did is we cut the plywood. There's actually 3 pieces. There's the 8-foot piece that is the long piece, 8 by 4. Then we have a 4 by about 3 in the background, or the back here. And then we made a special piece that fits right into this molded area here for the front of the van. We're putting the ceiling in one piece without any screws showing. And there's not going to be any seams or any screws in it. Right now it's totally applied. Now we just got to get it in here. So we put the extra piece here because there's cabinets along both sides, so we are able to have a little breathing room here, except for we will not be having cabinets above the slider here, so we wanted to be sure that the ceiling also continued in that piece. So I've got an 11-foot, or about 12 feet for some extra, 12 feet by 60-inch piece of vinyl that's actually headliner. That's also good. It's marine quality, so it just happened to be marine quality. It's gray. I really liked it, so that's what I bought. So another thing we did after we prepared the plywood is we marked where the lights are and made sure that it's actually 7 LED lights that'll be going into the ceiling. So I marked those on the plywood. And then also marked where the furring strips are. There's 5 furring strips because we'll actually be applying glue to the top of the plywood and sticking it up to these furring strips. Another thing we did is run conduit to across the ceiling above the ribs, the furring strips, so we could have 110 on both sides and also 12 volt on both sides. So have our wires ran through it and actually have an extra just in case something doesn't work with the other ones. Always better to have a spare. Let's see, the last little trick thing we did is I wanted to have a hammock inside the van. I'm not going to be sleeping in it. It's going to be for fun. It's going to be for the grandkids, but I still thought it'd be cool to have. So I actually wanted 2 bolts in here. They're the eye bolts. My dad put nut and washers. Actually, they're attached to the supports for the van, so they're going to be really sturdy. We tested it. I've actually sat in the hammock already or laid down in it, and it was plenty sturdy. So we're going to be using these and be able to put these in after the ceiling's in. So located those and also drilled a hole for those also. So there's actually one here and one way down here. So the hammock's going to go sideways. I'll be able to attach it here and actually swing it out and hopefully go on a tree someday. Who knows? Just want to keep my options open. So that's just trying to think of some fun things to do. So when we do apply or have the ceiling and we bring the ceiling in here, we have the glue all on it. We've also attached all the lights into the ceiling. It's in the shop right now, and all the lights are attached in place. We put all the electrical together, and because the lights are actually where this blue tape is, so you can see that they are not interfering with any of the furring strips. And so we put all the electrical together and we tested them too. Made sure with the battery, got the battery out, tested each connection, and are ready to go. Because we have to be able to bring the electrical in the lights from one side to the other, made sure that we ran extra wires to go from one light to the other, since they're running in 2 rows here. And so put the wire up behind the furring strip because you didn't want that wire on the wrong side of the furring strip. So hopefully we've thought of everything, and we're kind of nervous, kind of excited. I'm going to apply the glue, actually the adhesive, to the board here in just a few minutes. And after we apply the adhesive, we're going to walk the 11-foot piece into the van. We're going to video the process, so hopefully everything turns out right. And then we're going to use these, what my dad built. They're called deadman, and they will go in place. We've marked where they go in place, and we will be able to use these to go up tight up to the ceiling and be able to make contact. These all were specially cut in special locations, or 4 locations, so they're exactly the curvature of the top of the van. We then will take some extra pieces we didn't use from the solar panels and be able to lift them up. My dad's done this before, there we go. Lift them up and be able to get them nice and tight up on top of the ceiling, and be able to just keep angling them up until they're nice and snug. And we'll probably leave them there for the rest of the day. I've got some computer work that I can do this afternoon, getting these videos done. So that's what we're up to. Show you in the next video how the ceiling goes in.